what I like about Abingdon is there's this. I feel like there's this really close relationship between boys and teachers.
And there's definitely a mutual respect between teachers and students, which is great and something that's very valuable. I've certainly found that there's pretty much a kind of teacher or member of staff for everything, isn't there? Whether it's Mr. Triff for careers or Mrs. Taylor for UCAS or Mr. Taylor for Oxbridge, and even beyond that, all your subject teachers are more than happy to lend a hand, which is just really, really helpful when you're kind of looking beyond to that next step and even the steps beyond that into the working world. Which again is really nice and something that I think Abingdon do really successfully.
Over the past 5 years, one word to describe would be busy. There's always all sorts of things going on in school, from 8 in the morning up to 5 in the evening, and for boarders it would even be until 8 or 9 when we've got evening activities. And you?
Yeah, I mean, you touched on the other half, and I think that's something that really defines Abingdon from my experience, is that there's just such an array of abilities and interests, from talented musicians like yourself and sportsmen and mathematicians and journalists, just the whole works. And I think that's really what I'd define Abingdon by, is that just diverse array of ability.
Yeah, I do agree.
But I guess the other thing I'd define it by is a kind of small quirk, which is how proud boys are to wear pink and white. When I compare it to my old school, and it's just, boys absolutely love to wear the pink and white, and obviously the first team kit, lovely pink and white hoops, so it's a real kind of binding kind of tradition really, and a real sense of pride and source of pride for the boys at the school.
There's just an extraordinary amount of ties, which our boys are particularly proud of. Ranging from the academics, so scholar ties. We've got half and full colour ties for achievements. Then we've also got rowing ties, swimming, orchestra ties, choir ties, even publication ties. Here, it's just there's just so much to do. So much to occupy your time. We've got orchestras, I think at least 10 orchestras and ensembles, and then we've got like an array of sports teams, and the staff are really supportive. Students are supportive of each other as well, and though we come from a lot of different backgrounds and ethnicities and cultures, I think we do blend really well.
The thing that makes Abingdon unique when I compare it to other schools is the other half. It's just such a great system, and obviously it's built into your day, either at lunchtime or at the end of the day, so you don't have to worry about working around studies too much, and that just makes it so easy to just find different interests and express yourself. I mean, as you touched on, the orchestras and the sport, and I did ceramics club, and I've done Pilates and all sorts. And you can teach absolutely everything from robotics to teaching kids primary science. I think as well, actually, boys get just brilliant memories out of it. I'm sure you've got memories to draw on, but certainly even in the short time I've been here, actually, I mean, I'm a big sportsman myself, and the sport is part of the other half, and actually some of my most special memories are playing rugby, which wasn't my first sport by any means, and actually to be involved in the first team through the National Cup run last year, playing with a great bunch of guys, and with the whole school out watching and roaring you along. It's just really, really special.
Typical question is, what advice we might give to new boys, or even boys who are considering applying to Abingdon. Never be afraid to be who you are here. Everyone's really supportive.
Yeah, I mean, it's a question I was asked when I spoke to this year's inductees into the sixth form, and I think my single biggest piece of advice is just to throw yourself into it. I think the way I've got so much out of this experience is to throw yourself into it, whether it's the other half or your studies. There's just so much to explore and to do, and really not enough time to do it. I mean, if I had my time again at Abingdon, I'd just ask for more time,
Yeah.
because it has just been brilliant.